The more widely criticized aspect is the CGI. Not that the prosthetic looks any better, mind you. It's often compared to a video game cutscene. Yeah, I'm puking too. The comparison describes the lack of tech behind the VFX, but doesn't explain the lack of artistry. Many times, the VFX is used to enhance an otherwise sloppy fight scene. Despite that, the movie is stupidly confident it expects you to be impressed. There aren't even that many CG scenes. Frequently, the dude just transforms and immediately runs out of budget. The movie is also a prime example of tell don't show. Major events in the background are told exclusively through exposition.
This report just in. Japan has countered attack.
You get a few frames of action if you are lucky. Most of the time, you get to look at Bob Sapp. Also, why are the side panels showing a side view of him? Weird decisions like that are a constant. The Walmart costume, the raincoat suit, the oversized coat, the tall chef's hat at home. It oozes high school theater energy. Why is he walking like that? Why is the editing doing this? Why is this Ford, Love and Thunder? And what incarnation is happening? There's also this subplot about a demon girl saving a kid from other demons. Her transformation is just another Party City costume, and her demonic power is picking up a sword. All of these laughable decisions stem from the core of the problem. This is an adaptation of the most shallow degree. The original manga explores themes such as war, the nature of evil, humanity's place in this world, and more. The witch hunt depicted was gruesome and horrific, a haunting condemnation against human nature. The same witch hunt in the film is cartoonish and comical. Nothing is taken seriously in this movie. Akira's friend has been captured, and he didn't think twice about offing him too. Characters have to make a daring escape, and it looks like this. Devilman may have hints of the relevant topics, but he explores them with the grace of a shot-on-video zombie movie.
Global war has begun. Isn't this fun, everybody? Humans are killing humans.
The whole situation is akin to Batman v Superman if it stars Logan Paul and Jake Paul. By casting idols and models instead of actors, and filling the film with distracting celebrity cameos, the movie feels like it was made by a committee. Indeed, production was halted and restarted, reshoot was ordered after the completion. This was a product constantly being fixed, not a work of art with a unified vision. From what I understand, the original author of the manga turned down a Hollywood offer so that Japan has a chance to make the adaptation. Instead of making him proud, film studio Toei disappointed everyone, which is a common thread among reviews.
People of Toei, don't you feel embarrassed to screen such a movie in theaters? People already think Japanese films are bad. We keep releasing terrible movies. Don't you understand the reputation of Japanese films will only get worse?
Wait, people think Japanese film is bad?
A legendary trash movie that represents the Japanese film industry.
I'm on the verge of swearing off Japanese movies forever.
In the 2000s, international audiences looked at Japan with admiration. J-horror films set up a wave of international remakes. Battle Royale established an entire genre. Takashi Miike was making some wild stuff, and Studio Ghibli was on top of the world. Domestically, however, things were more complicated. In a book by film scholar Yomota Inuhiko, he described the 2000s as, quote, an era of chaos. Coming off of the highs of an economic bubble, the Heisei era was like a bad case of hangover. Quote, the malaise of Japanese society continued. The Aum Shinrikyo event exposed the incompetence of the Japanese government, a realization reinforced by the revelation that North Korea had been abducting Japanese citizens. Meanwhile, the lost decade became 20 years. This stagnant economy was contrasted against neighboring China's rapid GDP growth. At the same time, the South Korean entertainment industry swept the region by storm. The luster of Japanese cinema began to fade, and gave way to the anime boom. While good movies were still being made, they no longer stood head and shoulders above others. Even the most popular and expensive Japanese production has this cheapness to it, and filmgoers were well aware. Japan was having an identity crisis. This mindset, I think, was what caused the backlash against the film's shoddy CGI. People weren't just unhappy that it looked bad. They were dissatisfied because the film failed to compete with Hollywood. Remember that Hellboy review I mentioned earlier? That wasn't just a funny gag. Many reviewers would rather the author sold the rights to the Americans.
America is doing Spider-Man properly. Frustrating, isn't it?
When filmgoers look to Devilman, they see the entire Japanese film industry. They see its inability to keep up with the times, coupled with its unfounded confidence. It was the perfect summary of what made people feel frustrated at the time. I think this is why Devilman was so despised. You know what this reminds me of? Here in North America, there was and still is a lot of online vitriol towards recent Hollywood productions. Wish, The Marvels, The Flash, Indiana Jones 5, I watched them, and they were bad. But I don't think quality alone explains all of the visceral hate. I don't know if this counts as irony, but when Godzilla -1 came out, so many YouTubers were like, Godzilla destroys Hollywood. And watching Devilman, I think I can finally understand why. People aren't just angry at the films or Hollywood, and no, it's not the culture war either. People are frustrated with corporate arrogance, with the industry's inability to progress. Just as Japan once did, people in the US are facing economic hardships, feeling helpless amidst political incompetence, culminating in events that shook the country. The malaise of society continues, but Hollywood is still making movies like it was 2008. The Flash, Wish, The Marvels, and Devilman are like an annoying puddle on the floor. It's not the puddle that's the problem. It's the roof that's leaking.